but yeah, I did talk to some people.
And what were you propagating? What was the pro there?
Well, the pros is that,
You will no need, no green, no, you know, yeah. I mean, you're in Uncle Sam's army. You will not be deported.
no,
There's a good paycheck at the end of the month. I mean, yeah. All the benefits you due to. Unlike the guy who is just living in the United States, doing some other work, you are more. You're like a first-class citizen in the United States. You work for the army.
you know what? I'll tell you this. I have yet to meet anybody that collects their paycheck at the end of the month and look at it and say, wow, they pay me more than I worked. I have yet to see it. So if you ask me, I'll tell you I'm not getting paid enough for what I do. So that's not the part of it. What I try
But you're
to,
better off than the guy who works in the supermarkets or at the gas station.
probably so. But see, the second thing is, it's not about how much money you make. It's about what you do with your money. Because,
Good.
it's about discipline. I am a very big advocate of discipline. Because the bottom line is, you can make all the money in the world. If what you spend is more than what comes in, you will always be in trouble. You have to be satisfied with what you have. You have to discipline yourself enough to understand that, hey, look, I have this job today. My strength is going to get old. Someday I'm not going to be able to work. Let me put more aside than I spend. And of course, we in this world that all these technological tools and toys and stuff like that. So people always feel the need to get something. Brand new iPhone 5 came out. What happened to your iPhone 4S that you just had? Nothing is wrong with it, but you want an iPhone 5. Why? Because they're making it to sell it to you. So guess what? You take significant amount of your earning to spend it on that stuff. 6 months later, guess what comes out? Samsung comes out with Galaxy 4, whatever the case is, whatever they have out there, I don't even know. But then guess what? 6 months later, you want that tool also. So that guy, no matter how much they make, they can't have nothing to show for it. But my message to the guys joining the army or in the army that's thinking about staying on the out is that it's few things. The first thing is, when you get out of the army, you will work. You're going to have to find a work. Unless you are rich in some kind of aspect that you can get out and do your own business. If not, you will work for somebody. To me, this is logic. I don't think it makes any sense for grown men to quit their job to go look for a job. It doesn't make sense. To add to that is, you do 20 years in the army, you'll retire. 20 years. I sure hope I live more than 20 years. So I'll do 20. I'll retire, and guess what? I'll have a paycheck coming for the rest of my life. It may be supplemental, but it's there. I know for a fact that I will not be homeless. So this is some of the messages that I sent to them.
When you go back to 1996 and you hinted to your parents that you wanted to join the army and they were skeptical. Today, after 16 years, you're a captain, you did not die in the war, you're a nice-looking young man full of life and ambition and, prospects are there. How do your parents feel now? Proud?
Well, yes. I think any parent would be proud of your children's accomplishments. And to me, this is an accomplishment, and they understood it that way too. So they are very proud of my accomplishments, and then they waste no time to tell me every time they talk to me, and I appreciate them for that.
In other words, you are a living testimony to other young people who may one way they say they want to join the army and their parents will say, no, you're a good example. But, people have different, luck in life.
Yes.
Some may not make it, some will make it. What will be your advice to young Gambians who want to join the army, either here in the Gambia or in the United States or wherever, if they have the chance?
Yeah. Well,
joining the army is not, I got to think about it myself. I wouldn't just get up one day if I was 16 or 19 years old to say I'm going to join the army. I'll have to think a lot, because I love dear life. I'll first of all think of probably if I go and join the army, I'll go and fight. I might be be shot. So those are some of the negative things that will just not allow me to just take up the issue and continue. How about you? What would you like to say to young aspiring Gambians who may think that, well, it's good to join the army?
Well, the first thing I would tell them is this. Do not be the guy that the only tool you have in your tool bag is a hammer. Because if the only tool you have is a hammer, you're going to pray to God, wish to God, or hope to God that every problem you have is a nail or it look like a nail. So don't limit yourself. That's the first thing. The second thing is that you have to be determined. On top of that, you have to be disciplined. Okay? And you have to know yourself. You have to know yourself. Because if you don't know yourself, you regret a lot of the decisions you make. Know what takes you, know what you want to do. Because it's not no, let me get in, jump in here, and jump back out. Because it's easy for somebody to be bored or discontent about something. But if you're disciplined and you're determined, you will push through any obstacle that lay ahead of you.
You're married, you have a wife, you have children. How do you spend your time in the army and your family?
Well, I was married.
Oh, you were married?
Yes, I was married.
Kids?
Yes, I have children. Oh. Now, it's a tough thing. It's a challenge. And I'll tell you, it's not easy being a soldier's wife, you know, or a soldier's husband. It's very difficult because of what we go through. I was married for 7 years. Out of that 7 years, I think I spent about good 3 to 4 years of that gone, whether it's training, deployment, or something. So it's not easy. Yes, I have children, and it kills me. Like my last deployment to Kuwait, I called my daughter, and I told them I was going out of town. So I called my daughter, and she said, "You're not coming home, Daddy, are you?" And I pray to God every day that I come home, because I told her, "Little lady, I'll come see you. Daddy will come see you, and I'll take you to Chuck E. Cheese." And I pray to God every day that I don't die, not this time.
And how did your wife at that time feel?
Well, you know.
Because that's something else. I mean, you cannot leave your wife. She's at home. Husband is out to war. The kids are around. My man is at the battlefront.
The good thing about that is, you know, she was Gambian. And then, you know,
that
we
makes
have...
it more difficult.
No, it's actually easier because...
Really?
Yes, because we have...
I know Gambian women are very jealous, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you...
And you know, when soldiers
kidding?
go out
Yes.
somewhere else, you know, the boys can be funny at times. All right, anyway.
That they associate us to that, but it's not true. Yeah, but yeah, it is tough. It is tough. But the good thing, like I said, is
she's Gambian.
She's Gambian. And
she used to, well, she was.
She was, yes. Well, she is Gambian. My ex-wife,
Gambian,
is Gambian.
Good.
So she had people around her. You know, she had family, she had friends, and they have a lot of things going on, activities going on. So that kind of kept her busy. Yeah.
And your friends in America? So when you come back, vacation, you hang, and life goes normal.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. I'm ready to go back. I have great friends in America that I miss dearly.
How long have you been away from the Gambia?
Total, about 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
You're not surprised of what you saw?
In terms of?
What's going on in the Gambia? Because
Wow.
20 years ago and 20 years today, I mean,
yes,
it's amazing stuff, isn't it?
It's a significant amount of change. Significant is an understatement, actually. You know, there's a change in a lot of things, but we still have a lot of work to do, a whole lot of work. You know, but that's pretty much how I would characterize it. We have a lot of work to do. There's a lot of things that's done in the Gambia in terms of development, whether it's individual or. But collective. I think what we lack greatly is the collective. You know, collectively we're not there yet, but individually I think there's a lot of individual development.
What would you like to see? What kind of Gambia would you like to see if I was going to ask you that?
Well, if I say the guy in Gambia I would like to see, that would be speculative for one, and for two it would be my opinion. That's
what I want.
Well,
I have my opinion of the Gambia I want to be. Mahmoud has his own opinion. Your opinion, you've been away 20 years.